Have you ever felt so tired that you no longer wanted to help anyone? Not because you are cruel, not because you do not care, but because you yourself feel empty. You have given and then been forgotten. You have been kind and then been used. You have prayed for other people while quietly asking inside, "What about me, Lord? Who will lift me up? Who sees that I am exhausted too?" There are days when you look at the world and see too much suffering, too many broken families, too many cold hearts. And somewhere inside you whisper, "I am too small. I cannot change anything." And that thought begins to close the soul. You still believe in God, but the fire is weaker. You still hear good words, but you no longer want to step forward. You still know that love is right, but inside your heart, there is a very real fear. If I give again, will there be anything left of me? But here is the truth you need to hear, slowly and deeply. A soul that only receives and never gives will slowly become stagnant. A faith that only seeks comfort for itself will slowly lose its strength. A heart that has been healed by God but never becomes water for someone else will forget why it was healed. Because the life of God is never a still pond. It is a living spring. His light does not shine into you only so you can feel warm. It shines into you so that through you, someone else may find the way. In this chapter, we learn one simple principle that can change your entire spiritual life. You do not grow by sitting still and waiting for blessings. You grow when you allow those blessings to flow through you to others. The first thing you must understand is that true love, once it enters the heart, cannot remain silent forever. God is the source of life, light, and joy. As the sun does not keep its rays for itself, as a spring does not drink back its own water, every blessing that comes from God has the nature of flowing outward. When the life of God is in a person's heart, it will find a way out. It comes out through gentle words. It comes out through forgiveness. It comes out through a hand that lifts the weak. It comes out through quiet presence beside someone who wants to give up. A flower does not need to announce that it has fragrance. It only needs to live according to its nature, and its fragrance spreads. In the same way, a person who has Christ in the heart does not need to perform righteousness. They do not need to force themselves to look holy. The presence of Christ in them will be felt in the way they treat the small, the difficult, and the ones who cannot repay them. Real faith has a fragrance. Real love has an influence. Real light does not ask darkness for permission to shine. If you say you have met God, but your heart no longer cares about those who are lost, perhaps what you need is not more knowledge, but a return to your first love. Because when someone has truly tasted that the Lord is good, they will have something to tell. When someone has truly been forgiven, they will want others to know there is forgiveness. When someone has truly been pulled out of darkness, they cannot calmly watch another soul sink into darkness without reaching out a hand. Jesus did not live a life of ease for himself. From the manger to Calvary, his path was the path of self-denial. He did not come to be served, but to serve. He did not hold his life as a private treasure, but gave it away to redeem many. His joy was not in being praised by crowds. His joy was in seeing the blind receive sight, the sinner receive pardon, the hopeless called home, and the despised touched by mercy. This is the opposite of human selfishness. Human nature often sees service as humiliation. Heaven sees service as honor. Human nature sees sacrifice as loss. Christ shows that sacrifice is the road of true love. A selfish heart asks, "What will I receive?" A Christ-like heart asks, "Who needs to be lifted?" If the Spirit of Christ lives in you, you will not only want to be safe, you will want to become useful, not to be praised, not to prove that you are good, not to buy the love of God, but because love received cannot remain locked inside the heart. Love that is held back withers. Love that is given grows. There is a deep spiritual secret here. When you seek to bless others, your own soul is blessed too. Many people wait until they are strong before they serve. But often, you become strong while you are serving. You wait until your pain is gone before you comfort someone else. But sometimes, when you place a gentle hand on another person's wound, God also touches yours. You wait until your faith is perfect before you speak of Christ. But when you tell someone else about the one who lifted you up, your own faith is reminded, renewed, and rooted more deeply. A person who only eats and never works becomes weak. A muscle that is never used begins to waste away. A faith that is never exercised in love loses strength. Strength comes through exercise. Spiritual life grows by giving itself away. If you sit still, only receiving sermons, only hearing encouragement, only seeking a feeling of peace for yourself, you may think you are being nourished. But without acts of love, the soul slowly becomes passive. Faith is not a chair where you sit forever. Faith is feet with which you follow Christ. When you serve, you will discover that you need God more deeply. You will pray with more honesty. You will read Scripture not only to know, but to live. You will learn patience because people are not easy to love. You will learn humility because the results are not in your hands. You will learn endurance because some seeds grow very slowly. And in that process, God builds you. Not loudly, not on a stage, but truly. One of the most dangerous lies is this: when I am good enough, then I will do something for God. When I have more money, when I have more knowledge, when I am no longer weak, when my life is stable, when I have gifts like someone else. But God does not call only the exceptional. He gives every person a work. Not everyone will preach before crowds. Not everyone will travel to faraway lands. Not everyone will write books, sing hymns, lead churches, or do great things before the eyes of the world. But everyone can love. Everyone can pray. Everyone can listen. Everyone can speak one word at the right time. Everyone can live faithfully in the place where God has placed them. Do not despise your small place. Do not look down on your hidden work. Do not think only what is large has value before God. Most of the earthly life of Jesus was spent in the carpenter's shop at Nazareth. No spotlight, no applause, no crowd cheering. Yet he was still living in the will of his Father. He was faithful in the lowly place before he entered public ministry. This teaches you that ordinary work can become holy when it is done in the Spirit of Christ. A mother caring for her child in exhaustion can walk with God. A father working honestly to provide for his family can glorify God. A worker, a seller, an office employee, a student, an elderly person in a small room, all can become witnesses if the love of God is revealed through their lives. Holiness does not begin on a stage. It begins in how you do small things when no one is watching. You do not need to go to a distant country to work for Christ. You do not need to wait for an extraordinary calling before you begin to live usefully. Your first mission field may be your family. The first person who needs to see Christ through you may be someone living under the same roof. The first place where you must learn love may be the place that most easily tests your patience. Begin near. Begin with the person you often overlook. Begin with the call you have delayed. Begin with the apology you keep avoiding. Begin with a prayer for the person who hurt you. Begin with an act of kindness that no one needs to know about. Do not wait for a great feeling. Do what is right in small faithfulness. A drop of water does not imagine that it can become a river, but a river is made of drops that do not stop flowing. One word of encouragement may keep someone from giving up. One act of kindness may open the door of a heart that has been shut for years. One quiet, faithful life may become a sermon that someone reads every day. God does not ask you to do everything. He invites you to do the part that has been given to you. No one is responsible for light they do not have, but you are responsible for the light you have been given. God does not give you light so you can keep it in your private room. If you know that Christ is precious, there are people around you who do not know him yet. If you have been comforted in suffering, there are people around you still crying alone. If you have been pulled back from despair, there are people around you standing very close to the edge. The love of Christ makes us debtors of mercy to this suffering world. Not a debt of guilt, not a debt of fear, but the debt of compassion. Because I have received mercy, I cannot live as though I never received mercy. Some people will not read the Bible before they read your life. Before they walk into your kindness. Some people will not believe that God loves them until they meet someone who loves them without calculation. You may be the answer to someone's prayer, not because you are great, but because God can use an ordinary person in the right place, at the right time, with a willing heart. Small light is still light. Small bread in the hands of God can still feed many. A small seed can still become a tree if it is planted. One of the deepest pains of serving is not seeing results. You spoke a good word, but the person did not change. You prayed, but the situation remained silent. You tried to love, but they remained cold. You planted, but the soil seemed to show no sign of life. And you begin to ask, is it worth it? Yes. But you must learn to believe in the harvest when your eyes only see empty ground. No seed rises on the first day. No root makes noise as it grows deep beneath the soil. No hidden work of love is forgotten by God. You are not called to control the result. You are called to be faithful. There are influences you create that you may never know in this life. There are words you speak today that may bloom many years later. There are acts of kindness you consider small that may have saved someone from a dark decision. Do not let the lack of recognition make you bitter. Do not let delay make you stop planting. Do not let the ungrateful heart of man make you doubt the faithful eyes of God. Those who live for God do not work only to see all the results. They work because love is right. They work because Christ worked first. They work because human souls are worth lifting. This is the heart of the chapter. Your life was not created only to exist. Your life was created to reflect the life of God. You will not find your deepest joy by keeping everything for yourself. You will not become fully healed by only staring at your own wounds. You will not grow in grace by only consuming spiritual things while refusing to practice love. The greatest joy given to a human being is to become a co-worker with God in lifting others. That is honor. not burden. That is privilege, not punishment. That is how God draws you nearer to His own heart. When you love someone difficult, you understand more deeply how God has loved you. When you forgive someone undeserving, you remember that you too were forgiven, not because you deserved it. When you serve in silence, you come near to the one who washed His disciples' feet. When you suffer so someone else may be healed, you enter fellowship with the one who carried the cross. A soul that is becoming like Christ does not ask, "How can I keep myself comfortable?" It asks, "How can my life not be wasted?" And the answer is not far away. It is here today, in this house, in this work, in this conversation, in the person who needs you to be a little more patient, a little more gentle, a little more faithful. Maybe you are tired. Maybe you have given much and felt unseen. Maybe you are afraid that if you keep loving, you will be wounded again. But remember this: Christ does not call you to serve from your own strength. He does not ask you to become the source of water. He asks you to stay near the source so His water can flow through you. You do not have to save the whole world. You only need to be faithful to the person God has placed near you. You do not have to possess great talent. You only need a willing heart. You do not have to see every result. You only need to plant with love. Do not let pain turn you inward. Do not let exhaustion make you forget that you still carry light. Do not let the ingratitude of others steal the joy of becoming like Christ. Today, do one small thing. Pray for one person. Send one word that lifts. Help someone without needing praise. Forgive one step further. Do ordinary work with the Spirit of Christ. Because true life always flows outward. True light always shines outward. True love always looks for someone to lift. And when you allow God to use your life as a small spring in the desert, you will discover something strange and beautiful. While refreshing others, your own soul is refreshed. Not because you are strong, but because the life of God is flowing through you.